Hey guys, Stuart here. Welcome back to another Sheetify tutorial. Today's focus is to walk you through all the AI tools, features, and functions that you can leverage inside your Google Workspace account and across your favorite Google apps. I'll cover 10 popular Google apps that you can leverage with AI so that you can optimize systems, streamline your workflows, and ultimately enhance your personal and team's productivity. Okay, so with that covered, let's dive straight in. Here we are at workspace.google.com. This is where you can get started with Google Workspace if you currently do not have a Google Workspace account. Now, for those that are completely new to Google Workspace and are yet to set up a Google Workspace account, this means setting up your domain name and business email with Google Workspace. Then I'll link a setup tutorial up above and down below in the description for you to check out. Today, we'll be focusing on the AI tools and features that you can leverage inside your Google Workspace account and across your different Google apps. Now, it's important to note that Gemini AI is now included in all Google Workspace plans. Okay, so let's first go ahead and jump into the Gemini app. This is your personal AI workspace assistant, and this is the standalone Gemini web app. It's important to note that Gemini is integrated with all your Google apps. However, you can also access Gemini as a standalone web app. And similar to ChatGPT, you can add anything down here in order to generate anything with AI. For example, please give me a list of 10 business name ideas for a web design agency based in Sydney, Australia. Include high volume search keywords in the business names too. Let's hit enter and give Gemini a moment to generate the output. And that's going to generate an output based on our prompt. And you can add anything to Gemini. It's essentially the same as ChatGPT. You can use Gemini to generate content, engage in research, create drafts, help with planning, and you can even use it to create code to help you build apps, as well as send emails, create tasks, and more. This is through connecting your Google apps. You can also add a voice command down here from the web version or mobile app. Now we can also explore and leverage gems. If we navigate up here and click on Explore Gems. These are essentially custom versions of Gemini which give you tailored responses. Think of these as AI templates. You can also create your own gem if you like. For example, let's click on Show More. Here we have a few standard gems. Let's click on Brainstormer, and then we can select these different pre-made gems and hit enter, and that's going to generate a response. As I mentioned, you can also build out your own gems. Now, if we navigate over to Settings and click on Apps, you want to make sure that productivity is turned on. This allows you to leverage Gemini across these different apps from this interface. For example, you can summarize emails, create email drafts, add a new event to Google Calendar, add a new note to Google Keep, or add a new task to Google Tasks. I'll quickly show you how that works with Google Tasks. Please add a reminder for Friday next week for calling Jack about feedback. You could also mention task, and Gemini is going to take this and add this to Google Tasks. For example, let's hit submit, and as you can see, Google Tasks, I've added a reminder for Friday, June 20th, 2025 to call Jack about feedback. Now, if we click here, that's going to take us to Google Tasks, and you'll see that task here. Now, any task that's added from Gemini will be added under My Tasks. If we click here, we can make changes to this task. Okay, let's head back to Gemini, and the power of Gemini and Google Tasks can really be seen when you're on the go. For example, if you're on the go and you quickly need to add a task or a note, you can simply open up the Gemini app on mobile and hit audio to add your task. For example, please add a task for next Wednesday for following up with Sam about the marketing package we discussed today.
I created a task for you to follow up with Sam about the marketing package on Wednesday, June 18th, 2025.
And as you can see, just like that, I've used the Gemini mobile app to quickly add a task using a voice command. And you can find that task inside the Google Task app. As you can see, Gemini allows you to enable automations across your different apps. Hey, just quickly before we get back into this tutorial, if you're getting value from this video, please drop a like and subscribe. This means a lot to me and ultimately helps us reach and help more small business owners across YouTube. Thank you in advance, and with that quick note, let's jump back into this video. Okay, now that we've talked about the standalone Gemini app, now let's dive into how you can leverage Gemini inside Gmail. For example, here I am inside Gmail. What I can do is navigate up to Gemini, and here you can see a quick summary of this email feed. What we can do is navigate down to Show More Suggestions. I can generate a longer summary, identify what the action items are, and get Gemini to suggest a reply. Let's go ahead and generate what the action items are. It doesn't look like there are any action items. No problem, let's navigate down to Show More Suggestions, and let's suggest a reply. And I can choose to copy this generated response or insert, and that will insert this response into a new email. Now, this conversation is in response to an article being posted on another website. So what I could do is navigate down here and add, remind me in 3 days to check and see if this article has been published. Let's hit enter. And as you can see, Gemini has responded, okay, I've set a reminder for you in 3 days. On Friday, July 4th, to check the article publication. Here you can see the reminder titled is Check for Article Publication and includes a description to check the email thread with Amanda via another 0. And as you can see, that reminder has been added to my Google Calendar. I can edit that if I like here and also preview this inside Google Calendar. Now you can also use Gemini inside Gmail to summarize emails, to help you craft emails, and more. Okay, now that we've touched on Gemini inside Gmail, let's move on to Google Drive. Then inside Google Drive, again, we can navigate up to Gemini, and we can do a bunch of things with AI. We can summarize a topic based on files in our Drive, we can summarize a folder, and then we can add a custom prompt down here. We can also leverage sources from within our Drive, for example, and then I can select multiple files within my Drive, or just the one file, and then click on Insert. I can add, what is this document about, as I haven't labeled this document yet. And as you can see, the document, Future Updates, outlines planned features and improvements for Sheetify products, including Sheetify Dashboard, CRM, Bookkeeping, Projects, and Flow. And that's correct. I can then continue adding prompts, export the response to docs, copy, and then leave feedback if I like. Let's go ahead and close this. And now we can move on to Gemini inside of Google Sheets. Here you can see I'm inside a new Google Sheets file. Again, what we can do is navigate up to Gemini, and let's come down to these suggestions. Learn what Gemini can do inside of Google Sheets, click here, or we can create a table. I'm going to navigate down here and type in, create a business task list for the month of July for my e-commerce store Sheetify CRM. Include a tick box for completed tasks. Let's hit enter, and as you can see, a table has been generated. I'm going to go ahead and insert, and then close this. And you can see I requested a tickable box for completed tasks, and you can also request other columns if you like. This is an efficient way to quickly generate tables, and then I can change this content if I like. Now we can also highlight a set of data, and then click on Analyze this data, and you can see information here. For example, a breakdown of this data, what actions can be made, key takeaways, task completion status, and as you can see, I can insert this if I like, and then down here, we have more information. I can also create a bar graph showing the number of tasks per assignee and their completion status. And we can leverage AI to generate this graph. And you can see details about the graph that's been created. And again, we can insert this into our data if we like, just like we've done with this graph here. Okay, let's close out of this and move on to Google Docs. And here we are inside of Google Docs. Now straight away, what we can do is generate a new document or leverage AI to help us create content. For example, let's generate a document. Navigate down and describe your document. Please create a product launch plan for Sheetify Flow, which is a Google Workspace add-on. Let's create. Give Gemini a moment to generate your document. And as you can see, a product launch document, a product launch plan has been generated. As you can see, we also have these dynamic tables. We can add dates in here, and then down here we can also add assignees, for example myself, and then we can attach the budget and add more details down here. Now we can also click on Gemini up here and ask a prompt based on this document, similar to what I've showed you inside Gmail, Sheets, and your Google Drive. Let's close out of this. We can also navigate over to File, Create New, and you can generate a new document using AI. Pretty cool, huh? And the more details you add to specific prompts, the better the output. Now we can click here, then navigate over to Refine and leverage AI to modify our text. For example, let's go ahead and elaborate. And I'm happy with this. Let's go ahead and insert. You can also click on this AI icon and leverage AI to help you generate content within your specific documents. Okay, let's close out of this. Next, let's jump into Google Slides. And here we are inside of Google Slides. What we can first do is navigate up to Gemini and again leverage Gemini as an assistant to help us break down and answer specific questions, generate content for this specific file, this Google Slides file. Let's close out of that and navigate down to this right-hand sidebar and click on Generate an Image. Here we can leverage AI to generate images for our slideshow. For example, I'm going to click Tool, then click here. An image of a modern tower that is covered in reflective windows standing above every other building within a beautiful city. Again, select the sizing and then add a style. I'm going to select photography and then click on create. And I love the look of these images generated. I'm going to click on this one, drag and drop and replace this image here. Okay, let's go ahead and close out of that. Now what we can also do is navigate over to help me create a slide and leverage AI to create a slide for us. For example, create a slide that covers advantages of accepting crypto as a payment. Give Gemini a moment to generate your slide. And as you can see, that slide has been generated. We can insert and then change the image if we like, as well as the content over here. Now, if we click on an image, we can navigate down here and leverage AI to remove the background, or we can replace the image again using AI. Okay, now that we've covered Google Slides with AI, it's important to mention Google Vids, which is a new AI content tool that allows you to generate video slide content with AI. Here we can create a vid by importing slides, starting off with a template or adding a prompt. And we have these other options here. For example, let's plan your story. Create a video of Sheetify CRM's journey from 0 to 10,000 orders. Now you can also mention other files, and that's going to help Gemini create your content. I'm going to keep the prompt simple and see what's generated. Here we can make quick edits. I'm going to go ahead and click on next, choose a design. I'm happy with this template design and click on create a draft video. Give Gemini a moment to generate your new vid. And just like that, your video slides have been created. And you can simply click on each scene, for example here, and then edit the different elements within each of the different scenes. If you're interested in diving deeper into Google Vids, I will add a dedicated tutorial down below in the description for you to check out. Again, you can leverage AI to help you generate video content as well as images, as well as voiceovers. And you can use Google Vids to quickly create engaging video slides for different areas of your business. These could be presentations, visual reports, celebrating milestones, and more. Next, let's jump into another Google tool that allows us to generate video content, which is called Google Flow. Now, it's important to mention that Google Flow is a paid video generation tool on top of your Google Workspace subscription. And essentially, you can generate any type of video content that you can think of. You can actually use Google Flow to generate video ads for your business. Think of Google Flow as a platform that not only allows you to generate video content, but you can actually use to build out specific scenes in the videos that you want to create. Again, if you're interested in diving deeper into Google Flow and how you can create video content like video ads for your business using Google Flow, then I will add a dedicated video up above and down below in the description for you to check out. And Google Flow allows you to leverage Veo 3, which is currently the most powerful video generator that you can leverage to generate incredibly real-looking video content. Hey guys, just quickly before we get back to this video, I just want to mention my Sheetify CRM, an all-in-one business toolkit and CRM built with Google Sheets and designed for Google users. You can simply manage leads, customers, tasks, engage in email marketing, manage your inventory, tickets, and more. The great part is I've made this Sheetify CRM a one-time payment, no subscriptions, unlimited access, and future updates. If you're interested in learning more, you can find the link to my Sheetify CRM down below in the description. Okay, so with that covered, let's go ahead and get back to this video. Next, let's jump into Google Meet and have a look at the AI features you can leverage inside Google Meet and leverage some of the AI tools that you can leverage when having online meetings. Okay, so here we are inside of Google Meet. What we can do is navigate up to the left-hand side and allow Gemini to take notes for this meeting. This will generate a summary of the meeting details, and these meeting details will be shared to internal invited guests. You can choose the meeting language here and then click on More Settings, and you'll see that a document will be created with that transcript and added to your Google Drive. Simply navigate down and click on Start Taking Notes. As you can see, this is a pretty awesome feature. You can leverage Gemini to automatically record notes for this meeting. You do not need someone to record notes, as AI can do this for you. Now, what we can also do is navigate down to these three dots and click on Backgrounds and Effects. And then we can generate a background using AI. Simply type in the background of the image you want to see, or navigate down and select a scene. For example, create a sleek office background overlooking New York City. Hit enter, and then select the background that you want to use. Pretty cool, huh? And just like that, we now have a background image that we generated with AI. Okay, let's close out of this and jump into NotebookLM. And here we are inside of NotebookLM. This is a powerful AI-driven note-taking and research tool. Since this Google product came out, I've been using it nearly every day. For example, let's say you've got a bunch of reports, video content, articles, and other content that you need to go through, analyze, and report on. All you need to do is navigate over to the left-hand side, add the resources that you want to research. These could be files from your Google Drive, online links like YouTube videos or website links, or you can simply paste in a bunch of data. Then you can select those sources. For example, we've got a YouTube video here and 2 documents. Then you can navigate down here and ask NotebookLM to generate a report to answer a specific question, or to generate anything that you like based on the sources that you selected here. Typically with AI, it pulls data from all across the internet. However, with NotebookLM, you're selecting specific resources that you have, and the answers that you receive, the outputs, will be based on those sources. You can also generate an audio overview, as well as load a conversation. This is a podcast style audio interview that's generated with AI based on all the sources you've added on the left-hand side. Let me show you an example of how this works and what this sounds like, as well as the interactive mode.
Welcome to our deep dive into all the SEO tips for 2025. We got a ton of articles and videos from you, like it's practically a mountain, predictions and advice, all kinds of stuff.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
We're going to help you cut through the noise today, pull out what's valuable, especially, for your e-commerce business.
Pretty impressive, right? As it just sounds like real people having a discussion. And Google has taken this to the next level with interactive mode. This allows you to sit back and listen, and also engage, ask questions to, in real time, get a response from the AI generated audio. Let's give this a go. All I need to do is navigate down here to play the audio, and then when I'm ready, all I need to do is click on join and ask a question. For example,
Nathan Gotch, Crystal Carter, Banku Search Adincher. Oh wait, someone wants to join. Hey, go for it.
Hey, so I just had a question about our Sheetify CRM business. Basically, we sell digital products. We sell a CRM, bookkeeping, and projects toolkit. Now, can you give me the top 3 strategies I should implement today in order to grow my business and ultimately drive more sales?
Wow, that's a great question.
Yeah, and very specific to you.
Okay, let's unpack this.
So thinking about SEO for Sheetify CRM today.
Right, using techniques that drive sales.
I would say first, focus on really understanding your audience.
Okay, like knowing their pain points.
Exactly, and what they're searching for.
So we're thinking like keyword research, right?
Totally, but with a twist.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, let's pause this and close out of this. Pretty cool, huh? And then you can create notes based on the research that you're engaging in. Now, if you're interested in diving deeper into NotebookLM and how you can use this in your business, again, I will add a dedicated tutorial down below in the description. However, that is everything that I wanted to cover in this tutorial, covering 10 Google Workspace apps that you can leverage with AI to streamline your systems, optimize your workflows, and ultimately enhance the productivity within your organization using Google Workspace and AI. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through to the end. If you got value, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and that way I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.